Hey y'all, it's your girl NowIAmNappy, and I'm back for another Tip Tuesday. Now, don't worry y'all, this is not going to be like last week. I'm actually going to be talking about something that you guys are pretty familiar with, but I want to talk about why you should be using it in your regimen and some of the many benefits I have been experiencing by using it in my regimen. And of course, by the title of this video, you know I'm talking about apple cider vinegar. And from here on out, I'm gonna call it ACV to shorten it for you guys. Now, unfortunately, this video won't be me mixing apple cider vinegar or making apple cider vinegar. If you guys are curious in that, leave it in the comment section below. Maybe I'll entertain the thought of actually making some fresh apple cider vinegar for you guys if you guys are interested in it, and only then if you want it. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, leave it in the comment section if you want, and subscribe so you guys do not miss any of my Tip Tuesdays. Okay, so how's apple cider vinegar made? Well, it's made from apples, of course, but what happens is apples are taken and they're crushed and water is added along with yeast. Now, this begins the fermenting process until the water turns into alcohol. Now, once you have alcohol, then you will then add some bacteria to this, and it will further ferment the apples or the alcohol into acetic acid. Now you're probably thinking acetic acid is this good? Do I want this? Is something positive? And it actually is. So acetic acid is actually the vinegar in the apple cider vinegar. So it gives it that pungent smell that we're all very well aware of. And acetic acid is actually very great for improving and bringing and building up good bacteria in your body and removing and depleting any bad bacteria. So it's also one of the things that makes apple cider vinegar so beneficial for us. It's the things that you hear about when people say, oh, it has great weight loss properties. It can help you lower your cholesterol, lower your diabetes. And that is because of the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar. Now, of course, you can learn more about that on my blog. I'll just list some of the benefits that people have used or have benefited from using apple cider vinegar in their bodies. Now, of course, you know, while we're on here, we're here to talk about our hair. So why is apple cider vinegar so good for our hair? Well, first and foremost, apple cider vinegar has a pH of about 2. And our hair or scalp has a pH around 5 to 5.5. And our hair shaft has a pH of about 3.7. So what does this all really mean for our hair? Well, every time we shampoo our hair, just for reference, shampoo is very alkaline, so we increase the pH of our hair shaft. And when we do that, when we use a very alkaline shampoo in our hair, it raises the cuticle of our hair shaft, and it can cause breakage, it can cause frizzy hair and damage. So you know, sometimes you're like shampooing your hair and it just becomes tangled and you're like, whoa, what is happening? A lot of that can be caused from the high alkaline pH and also probably other harsh ingredients. And I was reading in one study and it showed that, I'm sorry, that was my dog. Every time I film, he gets crazy. So in one study that I found, 38% of shampoos are popular shampoos, and against 75% of salon shampoos have a low pH around 5. So that means the majority of our shampoos that we're using that are out there in the market are very alkaline. So this is why some people find that shampoo can be very damaging and drying to your hair shaft. And it also can explain partially the reason when you go to the salon to get your hair done and you come home, you can never get quite the same experience at the salon. That may be one of the reasons. So since most of these shampoos are alkaline, you will need an acidic substance to bring and lay that hair cuticle back down. And that's what apple cider vinegar provides. So by using apple cider vinegar, you lay the hair cuticle down, you get a smooth shaft, there's less friction in between your hair strands, and it allows you to benefit from some of its antimicrobial, antibacterial properties. It can nourish your scalp with pre and probiotics to your scalp, which again, builds up the good bacteria, helps remove some of the bad bacteria, as well as some people find it to be helps clarify the hair because it attaches to dirt and helps remove some of the dirt, bacteria, and other things that are on our hair strand. So let me just preface this by saying though, do not think that you can go and just dump apple cider vinegar on your hair. Again, we learned that apple cider vinegar has a pH of 2, and that is much lower, much more acidic than what our hair shaft can handle. And if you just use that regularly, it can actually dissolve some of the cuticle on your hair strand. So do not just use apple cider vinegar on its own. I recommend using raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar diluted with water. Now, I love to use this whenever I am finishing up an herbal wash day. So generally, if I'm going to be using herbs like I did last week, I used ziphus powder. I put the herb on, I left it on, and then I just rinsed it off and closed my cuticles with apple cider vinegar. I did not need a conditioner. But sometimes if I'm going to go through my complete wash day, I always follow up with a apple cider vinegar rinse. It helps to seal and helps the cuticle to lay very flat. So I'm going to show you guys how I mix my recipe. I did get some of this from Green Beauty because she had a really great recipe to help bring the pH of the apple cider vinegar to pH 4. And I'm going to mix it the way I use it, of course, along with some herbs, but I'll give you guys both recipes and then show you how I'm going to use it, okay? So I brewed about 1 1/4 cup of high maintenance hair tea, and I will be using my Braggs apple cider vinegar with mother. Definitely check my blog out on understanding what the mother is in ACV. And I combine 1 1/2 teaspoons to my 1 1/4 cup of high maintenance hair tea. Green Beauty uses 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar per 8 ounces of distilled water. Okay, so I just put my ACV and tea mix into the spray bottle. I also just handled my hair and I rinsed it out. And now I will be adding the apple cider vinegar to my hair. And then I will add a conditioner on top of that. I will focus on my roots, let this get into and penetrate into my hair and help balance out that pH. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna do this, and so that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next week for next week's Tip Tuesday. Don't forget to check out my blog post where I'll talk about the mother of ACV and what that means. And to learn all the benefits of using it in your regimen, let me know in the comment section down below if you've ever used apple cider vinegar in your hair. All right, bye.